I want to turn to Ukraine next. President Zelensky has sacked his security chief and also top prosecutor over accusations that some members of the departments were collaborating with Russia. Of the sacked officials, one is a childhood friend of the president, while the other has played a key role in the prosecution of Russian war crimes. In a televised address, Mr. Zelensky said over 600 cases of collaboration and treason have been opened against law enforcement officials.
More than 60 employees of the prosecutor's office and the security service of Ukraine have remained in the occupied territory and are working against our state. The former head of the main department of the security service in the Autonomous Republic of Crimea was detained. I dismissed him back in the beginning of the full-scale invasion. As we can see, this decision was justified. Sufficient evidence has been collected to give a notice of suspicion of state treason to this person.
Mr. Zelensky there. Well, our correspondent Joe Inwood gave us the latest on that situation from Kyiv.
So the two people, Bakanov and Iryna Venediktova, were two of the most powerful figures in this government. One of them ran the security services, the other one the prosecutor's office. And both of them have been relieved of their positions by President Zelensky. Now, they weren't fired because they themselves were accused of being involved in treason, but it's more that they oversaw the bodies, these organisations, that it seems had large numbers of people, numbers of their staff involved in it. What he was talking about was really a shocking number of people, 60 of them who are now thought to be working for the Russians in occupied territories, and another 650 who have been charged with treason and other such crimes. What they're basically getting here is a picture of security services and a prosecutor's office that have really been heavily infiltrated by the Russians, by their intelligence agencies. And this is something which they say has had a material impact on this war, undermined especially in the south the ability to repel the Russians, which was clearly unsuccessful with the rapid fall of the city of Kherson.
That's so interesting, that particular aspect that you bring up, Joe, because you can only imagine that it would introduce mistrust, doubt perhaps, with colleagues and with people fighting side by side within the operation.
Yeah, and I think it's worth saying we are talking about the security services here. So almost by definition, everything they do is in the shadows. There probably is a large amount of secrecy. Of course, there certainly is. But it is going to undermine that sense that people can have faith in the organisation. When you think that this is an organisation with 35,000 people, to have 600 of them, I mean, it's spread across different departments, but 600 accused of this is a very, very significant number. It's worth saying that this is something which is not unique to Ukraine. There have been suggestions at the start of this conflict that there were people in the Russian security services who were doing the reverse. So maybe what we're seeing here is the normal back and forth of intelligence operations. But I think there probably has been a sense here for a long time that the Russians have infiltrated this state, that they have been working to undermine it from the inside. And it's obviously something President Zelensky is trying to deal with.